What do you hate more than anything in this life? Group projects where one person does nothing then takes all the credit. Junior year, AP History. Final project worth 30% of our grade. I got paired with Sterling, the guy who'd somehow coasted through 3 years without doing actual work. Everyone knew his game. He'd show up to the first meeting, volunteer for the research part, then disappear until presentation day. First meeting at the library. He shows up 20 minutes late with Starbucks, sits down, and immediately pulls out his phone. I start explaining how we should divide the work. Yeah, totally, he says without looking up. Just text me what you need me to do. Sterling, this is worth 30% of our grade. He finally looks at me. Dude, relax. I've got this. I'll handle all the research. You just make it look pretty. Then he stands up and leaves. The meeting lasted 6 minutes. I waited 3 days for him to send something. Anything. On day 4, I texted him asking for an update. Working on it, he replied. Day 7, almost done. Day 10, you're gonna love what I found. By week 2, I realized he wasn't going to do anything. So I made a choice. I do the entire project myself, but I document everything. I created a shared Google folder and set it to track all changes. Every source I found, every paragraph I wrote, every slide I built, the timestamp was there. I even started screen recording my work sessions. 2 weeks of my life went into that project. I stayed up until 2 a.m. every night. I read 4 books, analyzed 12 primary sources, and wrote a 12-page analysis on the Industrial Revolution's impact on labor movements. I built a 25-slide presentation with custom graphics and embedded video clips. Sterling's contribution? One text message at 11 p.m., 2 days before we presented. Yo, can you send me the slides so I can review? I sent him a view-only link. Presentation day. I walk into class in my regular hoodie and jeans because I'd been up until 3 a.m. fixing the final animations. I'm exhausted. My eyes are bloodshot. Sterling walks in 10 minutes late wearing a full suit. Navy blue, perfectly tailored, with a tie and everything. He's holding a coffee and chatting with our teacher like they're old friends. He sits down next to me and whispers, "You nervous? Don't worry, I'll carry us." My blood pressure spikes, but I stay quiet. Our teacher calls us up. We walk to the front of the classroom. I open the presentation on my laptop and turn to start our introduction. Sterling puts his hand on my shoulder and gently moves me aside. "Thanks for getting us set up," he says, smiling at the class. "Let me take it from here." And then he just starts presenting my entire project. He's using I for everything. I discovered that labor unions initially formed as a direct response to I analyzed primary sources from factory workers in Manchester. I concluded that modern labor rights wouldn't exist without he's good too. Confident, making eye contact. Our teacher is nodding along, taking notes, clearly impressed. 20 minutes of watching this guy present 2 weeks of my work as his own. Every slide I built, every source I found, every argument I crafted. The class starts clapping when he finishes. Our teacher is smiling. "Excellent work, you two," she says. "Sterling, your analysis of the Manchester documents was particularly insightful." We sit down. The applause fades. Sterling leans over and whispers, "See? Told you I'd carry us. Thanks for the A." That's when I pulled out my phone. I opened my email and turned the screen so he could see it. Sent at 11:47 p.m. the night before we presented. CC'd to our teacher, the department head, and the principal. Subject line, AP History Final Project. Documentation of individual contribution. Attached, the complete Google folder activity log showing every edit I made. Screen recordings of me building every single slide. A breakdown showing that 100% of the work was completed by me, with timestamps. Even his text messages where he kept saying he was working on it. I watched the color drain from Sterling's face as our teacher's phone buzzed on her desk. She picked it up, started reading. Her expression changed. She looked at Sterling, then at me, then back at Sterling. "Both of you," she said quietly. "Stay after class." Sterling tried to grab my phone, but I pulled it away. His hands were shaking. The next group started their presentation. Sterling sat there in his expensive suit, staring at his desk, while I finally relaxed for the first time in 2 weeks.